You write so beautifully. The inside of your mind must be a terrible place. What shattered your fragile spirit that you had no choice but to pick up the broken pieces and create this art mosaic? Stained glass windows can't be but a warped image of what lies on the other side, so I don't know if it's my view of you or your view of this world, but someone isn't getting the right picture. At times, I must ask myself, what is so built up in this soul that it can't help but spill out in the form of metaphoric precipitation? Condensed from this mind's atmosphere, it falls visibly in front of your face, and I wish I could tell you how every dripping line was once encased inside of a billowing story. How every intricate verse is just the thunder of an aching nightmare. How every time we choose to reign over this stage, we pour, cascading as a tsunami that knows no bounds. We flood as if seeking to contradict the promise of God in Genesis. If you only knew how it causes our agony to seep from our pores as poetry in place of sweat, that our sanity is hanging on to the morphing of these horrors into haikus, from suffering into sonnets, from battery into ballads, from lacerations into lyrics. These are our songs. The a cappella, once the deafening music has finally ceased its movement, our cries, before the beat drops and auto-tune makes its mockery of our voices. The words before you, Oakwood, are ever concerned about whether or not we can sing, and determined that our stories are not worth listening to. These same stories that ripped us away from our blissful ignorance and dropped us face first into the reality that we are currently trying to write our way out of. We are seeking knowledge. We are searching for life within ourselves. We are searching, and we have found that this life is about finding the difference between talking and saying something, between persuading and educating, between the ability to hype and the ability to inspire. We will inspire, we will stir and move and energize and stimulate and motivate and awaken and arouse and awaken, despite the fact that this money-driven culture has evolved into Freddy Krueger trampling on top of the American dream. This generation will demonstrate to society that still, like dust, we rise. Maya, rest in peace. I finally realized why the caged bird sings. We sing songs of freedom in the midst of mental captivity movement, limited by social prisons set to contain our unadulterated potential. We sing songs to convey coded meanings, to bring each other out of psychological slavery. We are the star that they search for to find their way north, the railroad underground, the safe haven to those running for their lives, for their sanity, to those that were born slaves but are determined not to die one. We will not die one. We will join together and sing and sing and sing this song of freedom until it finally becomes our reality.